Yeah, you clapped. Actually, no, because yours is the same, like audio and video, so it's calm. Yeah, so we're back after, I don't know, I always start off the episodes like this, but I don't know how long it's been because we tend to be quite inconsistent. But we are back with a new name, a new look, but it's still me. It's still Nisar. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to be here. And we've got a new guest as well. Well, not a guest, actually.
Yeah,
a new
we've
host.
got a new teammate.
Daanish, introduce yourself.
Guys. Thanks, guys. Daanish here. You know what I mean? This is what we do, man. It's just, we're doing it on camera now. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, very excited to make my debut. I'd like to thank the gaffer, Waka, for drafting me in, even though we've never met in person.
We've never met, and here we are. We're making history on YouTube and Spotify and all other major platforms. So
credit to the guy that made this connection, man.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
Yeah, man. Credit Jurgen Klopp
that's it.
for being
Liverpool Twitter. We go to the same social media,
so I have to credit Klopp for that. And there was also this guy. I think his name's Shabazz something. Like, what's his name, Waka? Do you remember his name or something? Yeah. Tried to take credit for this, but now I have to. All jokes aside, Nisar, respect for putting me on. Do you know what I mean?
Well, as an older guy in the group, I'm ready to give you young bucks some wisdom.
Yeah, as an older.
Obviously, I remember when I was your age, young, energetic, ready to take on the world, and now here I am, and I'm ready to share this wisdom with you guys. So let's do this.
How old are you, Nisar?
23.
Oh yeah, so am I.
Yeah, you're 2 months younger than me, so let's just calm down a bit.
December, January 1. Come on.
6th of December, 22nd of January.
Yeah, it's the 16th of January. What a guy.
See, best friends.
Wow. What a start. What a start. He doesn't even know my birthday. You can only
19th,
go upwards from here.
November.
No.
19th of November.
No. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you. Guys, if you know my birthday...
Yeah, look, I've triggered him already.
Let's just move on.
If you know my birthday, just put it in the comments. Like, I'll see who my real friends are. But anyway, Nisar, as the oldest guy here, you've obviously been put in the priority group for the vaccine.
Yes.
So how's your microchip?
Can't lie, it gets a bit itchy at times. Sometimes my body just starts saying racist stuff when I'm near the mosque, or I start hearing people call me the P word when I'm going into the mosque. And anytime I start researching conspiracy theories, I start having like electric shocks. But other than that, it's all right. It's been fine.
See, that happens to me normally anyway, but maybe I'm just built different. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's life, isn't it? I suppose.
But yeah, it's weird because like ever since we started this podcast, I think we always start the episode by talking about COVID. It's just weird how that's happened, and hopefully we don't have to keep doing that because now obviously we have the roadmap.
The roadmap.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm skeptical. I'll be honest, I'm skeptical.
I'm skeptical too. I think I'm optimistic that we'll hit them. Do you know what I mean? June 21st. Big up everyone inside. You know what I mean? June 21st. I'm gonna see June 21st. I'm gonna see everyone. I want to see you out in the field. Do you know what I mean? I want to be looking around like, everyone. There's my man. There's my man. Do you know what I mean? But let's just hope we can actually hit those milestones.
But I can't lie. I'm happy that we get to go to mosque in Ramadan now. We'll get our 2 hours in. Unless Boris does a madness and closes it.
The night before, like last time.
Yeah, but...
I'm just turning track and trace off and I'm getting iftar with the boys.
I've forgotten track and trace.
Who's even had it on? Yeah, you don't download
that it even existed. I had the app, but...
Nah, I downloaded it because when I had COVID, it's wicked. It's got like a number right in the middle and it tells you how many days you got left till you can go out again. So it was like 10 days of isolation left, 9, I was gassed.
The only app I care about right now is Twitter, mate, because my Twitter is popping. So if you guys want to autograph or anything, just let me know.
Yeah, resident clout chaser right here.
I've got Boohoo Man on one line. I've got ASOS on the other line. They're all asking me to interviews, collabs, everything.
It's mad what a Lil Yachty retweet can do to your head top. Do you know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
That was cold though. I can't lie. When you sent me that, I was like, oh, okay, he's gone clear now. He's gone clear.
I tagged your tweet. I tagged your video under there anyway. So.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
I know.
I saw that.
You boosted
saw
them
that.
views. Can I just say, Nisar boosted them views differently. I was sitting on like a mediocre 400, yeah, and Nisar retweeted it. Boom, 2.2k. I was like, okay, now we're talking.
Job done. Next one, line them up, mate. That's it.
Do you know what I mean? You know, people say clout's killing my people. It's not. Clout's building it.
It's
bro.
building
You know
it,
what I mean?
man. That's what I mean. You've got to capitalise on and
Yeah,
leverage on
just
that.
for the viewers and listeners, Daanish, do you want to tell them what the video was? What do you do?
So the video was, it was a song that I recorded. Obviously, musician, bars and that. You know what I mean? Like two vocals just come in there, but yeah, I make music and been doing it for just over a year now. I think it's been more than a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's
You're
just
on
see where it
YouTube
takes
as
us,
well.
innit?
Leave the link for that in the description below.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all this stuff, Nisar, I guess you were the one that sort of had the vision of like this remodeled podcast. You wanted it to be based around our personal hobbies and what we do in everyday life rather than just talking about sport all the time. So yeah, what?
Yeah, just people trying to get to know us where we can actually formalise our opinion more rather than, as much as we love sport, as much as I love talking about like combat sports on my other podcasts, Catch Weight,
Cheeky
find that
plug.
anywhere on any platform, Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Pocket Cast,
Shameless.
whatever. Anyway,
This guy.
we
guy.
just want to, showcase
That
our
was
lives
shameless.
a bit.
That was shameless.
We're
plug was
youngsters. We're
shameless,
coming
bro.
up in the game. We're coming up in the world. So we're just gonna watch our journey and just talk. Really,
Yeah.
that's it.
And
Talking Smakh. Talking a bit of Smakh.
I think the name's gonna take a while for people to catch on to, but I personally I think it's a bit of genius because
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Just say it in a Scouse accent, and you're all right.
Talking
Talking Smakh. Talking Smakh.
I mean, I remember when I
know
thought.
what I mean?
I remember when I thought of that idea, mate. I was like, "That's the one."
Waka, you see this guy taking credit. You know what it is? You know what? You can have
You
the
know
credit.
what?
You
You
can
know
have the
what?
credit.
I
came up with it, but it's cool.
I have
Do you know what I mean?
like that first Zoom meeting we did. I recorded it and I have the moment that you suggested it. So
Thank you. Cheers. I know your CGI skills have got good. You're getting good at like editing videos. and
deep
that,
fakes
but,
and that.
you know.
See how it is. First, he's telling people that Daanish decided to do the podcast. It wasn't my idea. Trying to get himself out of trouble and that. You know what I mean? Now he's telling people
the group chat,
names his idea.
What did you do?
Yeah. It's cool. So, in another group chat with more like another group of our friends in it, Nisar was like, they were like, I see what you're doing, like it's wicked. And they were like, but you didn't have another one of our friends in it? And then Nisar was like, yeah, Daanish came up with the idea, man. Like I was
Why
just
you
like,
gotta
this
do that?
guy, But obviously, I pulled out the receipts of him messaging me saying, yo, do you want to be part of this 3-man podcast? Do you know what I mean? This guy's like, why you making screenshots? I was just like,
I'm the
terrible.
master
He's got-
manipulator, mate. That's it.
You're pretty good. I'll give you that.
But yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, so roadmap,
get
getting back to normal life. What are you guys most looking forward to, like this summer and onwards?
Football, playing football with the mandem. You know what I mean? I have to give a shout out to the football crew. Wednesday at 12. They'll understand. We don't even play at 12 o'clock on Wednesdays. It's just when 4 years ago we played Wednesdays midday in the summer. So we called the group chat Wednesday at 12, but we haven't played Wednesday at 12 for about 3 years. But Wednesday at 12,
Well,
they
Birmingham
got
time
man
zone.
soon back in the pitch.
They're a bit behind.
This guy.
No, I love to Birmingham. Man.
Listen,
Great city.
Don't act like you don't love it, bro. You know what I mean? Nisar knows. Actually, we'll save that for another podcast.
Okay.
We'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, we'll do a podcast in the
was
middle
like-
of Bullring one day, man.
Nisar's gonna sit on the ball. Sit on his back.
Yeah,
Just casually vibing, mate.
Oh man.
can interview the ball.
Well, Carl, what are you most looking forward to after
Uh,
it's all over?
For me, I think it's just like going back to live events, sports. Like
Yes.
I think we're talking. Like I
Trust
know
me.
we said we're not going to
Now
talk
we're
too much about
talking-
sports, but it deserves a mention. Like it could be a concert, sports, whatever. Like just being in a crowd, like that feeling. And luckily managed to get tickets to a cricket match, Pakistan v England T20. So looking forward to that, and then the 100's on as well.
Where's that?
I think
Where's
it's
that? What
Old Trafford.
The
I think it's Old
Pakistani Edge
Trafford.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. The 100's going to be
100
good
is
as well.
going to be great.
It's a very interesting concept.
Because in England, like, we've had like T20 leagues, but they haven't had like the big names come over like the IPL does. But this should be exciting. It's in the summer holidays, so yeah, I'm gonna try and.
Is that this summer or next
this
summer?
And tickets are like £10, so looking forward.
Really?
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
That's gonna be mad. I'm looking forward to that. Nisar, just to, and you, Wakar, just to, while we're on the live events thing, what's the best live event that you guys have been to?
I'll let you go first.
Oh.
I'll say top three because
three.
I feel like we've all been to quite a few.
Top three, okay.
Yeah, we've all been to quite a few.
Probably third would be Golovkin versus Brook.
Okay.
Second would be UFC 204.
Team Khan, by the way.
UFC 204, Bisping, Henderson. That was at like 3 a.m. in Manchester. Crazy experience. Then number one, it's got to be AJ versus Klitschko at Wembley. Unbelievable.
I rate that.
Unbelievable.
I rate that.
But
Three sporting, combat sports events.
and if I do four, it'd probably be my first WWE event as well.
I rate that.
But yeah, I could talk for hours about these experiences, man.
We'll have to do a whole episode on it at some point.
Of course, yeah. You know what? We should do a live events episode once everything opens up. We should do a live events special, you know.
I'll back that.
Yes. I don't
What
want to
about
give
you,
too
Waka?
much away in case we do one of those episodes. So I'll just give you one that
Sorry.
just stands out to me, even though it's like, if you look at it now, it's really not significant. But me and Nisar went to Liverpool for the last game of the season, not last season, but the year before, when we could still win the league on the final day. So that was pretty special. That was the last time I went.
For about 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes.
Oh, that was mad.
For 20 minutes, we were in Dreamland.
Yeah.
So that was quite a nice experience. A unique one.
Especially after what happened on Wednesday when we beat Barcelona.
Exactly.
Like,
So yeah, that was a really.
there was
good
just
week.
magic in the air, man.
And yeah, the fact that because Liverpool tickets are just,
my life.
it's so hard to get tickets for them. So like, I sort of felt like it was destiny that I got a ticket for the final day. Like we could have ended the drought.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, but yeah, I still felt lucky to be there.
We were fasting as well. Remember, we had the iftar. I forgot where, but
Yeah.
we had the iftar at a random restaurant after.
Yeah, then we went to Tarawih at the mosque. They had fried chicken there. Did you come?
How many did Nisar read? Just out of question.
I don't think I
did
did.
he even go?
Huh?
Actually.
I don't know. Wait, you were saying that your mates, weren't you?
That's it. I was saying to my mates. My mate's not Muslim, innit? So
So you couldn't get out for like an hour and go and read your each to their own. You know what I mean? I'll leave you to it. Nisar's coming like 2016 Lil Durk right now.
mate, yeah. Just I wouldn't even say that quote because that would probably get this podcast shadow banned, mate.
Yeah, he was. Big up Durk, though. Me and Nisar got big love for Lil Durk. But you know the three events that I had in mind when I asked you that question, I realised I deeped it afterwards. They're all from different sports. Like, well, one's not even sports. So the first one is wireless. I've been to 3 wireless festivals in my life. I did a 1 day, like early in my school years, like 2014. yeah. When it was in Sutton Coldfield. But then the 2 that I've done most recently, we were meant to 3-peat me and Nisar this year because we went
18.
I think it was 2018, 2019, wasn't it? And then in 2018, Nisar joined me, but he didn't come to wireless on the day. He just met me in London on the night, and then he came with me on Saturday. Then we did Saturday, Sunday. So today, like this summer just gone, we were going to do the 3-day.
Oh.
It was all set out. We booked the tickets. We were meant to be in a lecture. We were sat in uni, but not at the lecture. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna go wireless. We bought the tickets on site, booked the hotel. Everything was cushy, and then pandemic.
Yeah, that virus thing.
Wireless is definitely.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah, that weird.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The panorama.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But then that was there. Then obviously football, Champions League night at Anfield, can't go wrong. And fun fact for you, every Liverpool match I've been to since Mo Salah's joined, he's scored.
Wow.
So I'm hoping that will continue.
Wow.
Like literally, I deeped it. Like I was thinking about it. I was like, "Rah!" Every single Liverpool match I've been to since he joined, he scored. And it just shows the levels. Really, he's just outrageous. And the last one is cricket related. I know Nisar doesn't know much about this game. As
Not very seasoned.
I'll bowl you out easily, mate. I'll bowl you out easily. I'm a cold bowler. Ask Wakar, I'm a good bowler, mate.
Do you know what I
Don't
mean?
know about that.
I may have.
But I lost respect
I may
for
have,
you
got, I may have went out for a
India
duck
on
against
that Xbox
Myton, but
match.
that was it.
That's poor. That's poor. But yeah, I watched Pakistan versus South Africa at Lords in the World Cup just gone, and it was outrageous, man. Absolutely outrageous.
That's actually mad, yeah.
And we actually won. It was better than going to Somerset to play Australia. 3 hours there, 3 hours back, and watching us lose. Yeah, that was not it. But yeah,
well, speaking of
man.
Pakistan, let me just ask Wakar a question. Yeah, Wakar, you're Pakistani, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are your feelings towards like Indian people in general?
Why are you asking me that?
Because the other full Pakistani guy in this this chat.
No, hold on a minute. It's not Indian. It's not Indian people. You know, it's not Indian people. It's the cricket team. The cricket is the basis.
I
of
don't
the
think
hatred.
Nisar understands the
got-
cricket rivalry that exists between Pakistan and India.
Yeah,
Nisar, you have to
Tanduka,
understand, like,
Afridi, all them man.
I hate. No. I hate. I hate the Indian cricket team more than I hate.
Why?
Man United.
What's wrong with them?
Mad.
Actually,
Cody's sick.
Compared to Man United, I could actually tolerate Man United rather than India. I just can't tolerate the Indian cricket team.
I don't know.
I can't do it, man.
I don't know. I just see it as a rivalry. I don't hate them because I think
do.
it like would you even admit that they're like a lot of their players are better than ours?
Yeah,
I respect
because
like the
we beat-
players, the talent, and all that, but I don't understand this thing like Australia, England, and India. They seem to run the game. I haven't read too much about it, but it just seems like
Like from a political standpoint?
yeah.
Do you know what I find interesting? Even though the Indian cricket team is fantastic, they're well run, they're well resourced, but they just when they play, and it's the same with Pakistan. We can be outrageous against so many teams, but Pakistan India is a whole different kettle of fish. That game there, it's like it brings out you either like become a star, like Fakhar Zaman when he hit a century in the final, or like when Amir got Kohli out. I know I'm talking about the Pakistan. Obviously, Indians have done great cricketing achievements against us, but we don't need to talk about that. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's make or break, and I feel like it's such a big game. Like, people don't understand the magnitude.
And the thing
of
that
it.
makes it even bigger is they don't even play like Liverpool, Man United. They play at least twice a season. This happens maybe once every 2 years, or not even that, because they don't play tours against each other. And if they come up against each other in a World Cup, then that's it. So
I do think a Pakistan-India tour, and maybe even if imagine if they did that in England.
Why has it not happened for a while? Because of the tension.
there's just so much beef.
I think it's the political tension.
It is, yeah.
The political
exactly.
tension, yeah. So, but it's all right. The last time we played them in a final, we saw what happened,
sick,
didn't
man.
we?
What a
So
win
we'll
for
just
us.
leave it at that.
Wait, how many cricket teams do you support, Nisar?
3. I'm allowed to.
3, innit? Pakistan, India, and England.
Okay. That was on this
You know
topic.
what that's like?
Yo,
That's like
Danish.
hold on. That's
Danish,
like
mate.
sporting. Wait. That's like sporting Real, Barca, and Atletico in La Liga.
No, not at all.
That's literally
Not at
what
all.
you're doing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Go on. What are you
did
gonna
India
say?
play at the Camp Nou? No, exactly. Anyway, yeah. Speaking of all this national thing, which national football team do you support?
Which national football team
Danish.
do I
I know why
support?
he's
Yeah.
asked this.
England.
Go on.
England.
Wait, who do you
Well,
support?
I support England.
Yeah, and you, Wakar? Go on.
Bro, Pakistan don't have a football team. If they did, I'd support them.
No, they do, but
Yeah, but Wakar, they're like less than half a star on FIFA, man.
No, that's not even the answer. Go on, Wakar.
Germany.
Germany? Waka, we need to
have a word with him, man.
We need
He's
an
going
explanation.
on like he's holier than thou, and then he's supporting Germany.
Listen, we need an explanation for this. Can you
There is
explain?
an explanation. All right.
Wait, are you wearing the Germany top right now?
Nah, it's just Adidas. Don't worry. It's not, man.
Waka, just lean upwards a bit.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
It does look
You do
like
have a Germany top,
away.
innit? You do have a Germany top.
Yeah, I've got a couple. No shame in that. Anyway, story time. Right? So there I am. How old was I? 7? Yeah. World Cup 2006. At this point, I've never watched football. Right, I've seen it on TV before, and I know there's a red team and a blue team. That's it. I don't even know any players at this point. I probably knew David Beckham's name. That's probably it. Anyway.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, he's a model now. I don't know if he played.
He's a football club owner, actually, Nisar. You might want to do your research before you come on talking smack.
Yeah, so there I am. And obviously 2006 World Cup was held in Germany. So that was like my first experience of football. And yeah, I was just like, they were destroying everyone. And I was like, yeah, I like this team. Like Klose, Ballack, Podolski, all these players.
Outrageous team. Schweinsteiger.
That was a mad time.
And then like, even aside from that, like I studied German at school. I've been to Germany a couple of times. Like I just like the country and how it's run, I guess. I don't know what you would call me, but I think it's German. I don't know.
I was going to say, can't even call you a glory hunter, really, because they won it in 28.
It was like 8 years after I started.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
was it 2014? Was it 14? I think it was 14.
Yeah.
That was a sick World Cup 2014.
That's
that
actually
when
one
they
of the best
smacked Brazil?
World Cups.
They smacked Brazil like 7-2, didn't they?
7-1. Yeah.
7-1, yeah.
7-1.
Come on, do your research.
But yeah, that's pretty much my story about sport in Germany. No hate to England or anything, but I know I don't have a very strong like patriotic connection to England. Like I was born here, I live here. Okay, but I don't know. I might get
on the weekend.
I might get
See a bit
cancelled
of
now.
EDL rally here and there.
But yeah, that's it really.
Nah, to be fair, the thing with England is, footballing wise, I will back them to the death. Like I'll be like, come on, it's coming home, whatnot. But we all know like it's gonna end in disappointment. Like you just.
Do you think we'll win it in our lifetime? Do you think we'll win? I think we will.
I think the future's bright. I think the future's
possible.
very bright. Obviously, man.
Right, Daanish. What if England come up against Pakistan one day?
In football?
Yeah.
Can't lie. Even though I've supported England my whole life, just for the underdog mentality, I'd have to back Pakistan. Just to see them
back
like
Pakistan as well.
Yeah, facts. I just purely based on the fact that like England's got Premier League footballers, and who knows, Pakistan might have Premier League footballers, but I highly doubt it. You know what I mean?
Well, I had to get the doctor to check on me the other day, innit? Because I started bleeding and it was green, man.
And what was the other side? Blue.
Actually, here's an even more interesting question, Daanish, because you like the underdog story. What if it was India that came up against England in football? Would you still back India because they're the underdog?
Oh, no. I'd like them to lose like 11-0 and I'd love it. I'd inject it into my veins. You know what it is? I will back an underdog unless I don't like that underdog. Like, you know what I mean?
But surely, like, it's good for, like, promoting football in our cultures.
Oh,
nah, I'm good. I'd rather
so, like,
smacked up.
Like Jan Danda, he was at Liverpool. He's Indian. If he came into our team, would you? He's at Swansea.
Follow on Instagram, man.
Yeah, he used to play for Liverpool at one point, didn't he?
Yeah. So someone like that.
There's nothing. This is what I'm saying. It's nothing against Indians. Like if there was an Indian footballer at Liverpool, of course I'd support him. Do you know what I mean? But if it was just like an Indian football team, I can't support them because like I don't like India's cricket.
So you don't mind them individually? You're just like.
Oh, of course. I've got literally. It sounds like that typical like I'm not racist. Like I've got so many Indian friends, but like, I genuinely
this guy
do.
right here, yeah.
Well, he's 50%.
I can't lie. I thought you were Indian, innit? When I first met you.
Who?
You.
Let me just bite my tongue. Just bite my tongue.
Right,
I thought Nisar was a middle-aged white man. I can't lie.
Yeah, once you see what's under that cap, I see what you mean. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Good one. Nice to see you getting involved in the shots fired.
That's not even cap, Wakar. That's not even cap. Wakar's keeping it 100, man. I can't believe that's gonna make the cut, man. Oh my god, that's gonna make the cut, Nisar. Wow.
Let it make the cut, mate.
I think we should move swiftly on.
Watch how the shots will fly over the next few episodes, mate. I've got heavy artillery.
Dangerous with every hand.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions now, because even though we said we're not going to talk about sport too much, we went on for quite a bit there. Yeah, that's what a podcast is. We're here to talk.
Let's not even apologise for that, because that is what it's all about.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologise to absolutely nobody.
Yes, come on.
I can't do the accent though. I can't do the accent.
To absolutely nobody. The double champ does what he wants. There you go, Wakar. Finish it off.
And he censored it himself as well, mate. This guy's made for podcasting, man. This guy's self-censored, man. Incredible.
You know how we do it. Talking smakh, keeping it halal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Here's something I've been thinking about for quite a while, right?
Okay.
What is one thing that confuses the hell out of you? Like, other people might find it simple, but for some reason you just can't seem to grasp this concept.
Ratioing on Twitter. That's something that
I don't know. Twitter's
football Twitter. Whenever I see someone's replied to something, and then below it'll be like ratio, but they'll get like 10 times as many likes as like. I'm just like, what's this all about? It's like something. Oh, and ratio, and then it's like, I'm like, that baffles me. But maybe it's because we're older. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's another
Twitter's
generation
a weird
on
place,
Twitter now.
man. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just dying.
It's
before it used to be a place where you can just like have discussions about whatever, but now it's just about getting likes and basically, ratioing, as you say. It's not. It's weird.
I would like to throw something out there. Today is actually the day that we're recording, the 3rd of March. It's my 9-year anniversary of being on Twitter. I got the notification today.
Wow.
So I'd like to think that I'm a veteran in the game. Do you know what I mean? 9 years in the cut. But that kind of fed myself out to Twitter. That means I had an account before the legal age that you could make one. But we move. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't know there was a legal age.
I think it's 16. I think.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
I think so. I assume so. If it's not, then they got some.
I'm seeing how long I've been on Twitter for.
Mine was
my notifications, man. Calm down, please.
December 2012. So yeah, I've been on 8 and a bit.
This guy.
November 2011.
Oh.
Wow, so you're a few months ahead of me.
Again.
Yeah, I mean, that means you've had more practice to chase the clout.
Yeah, Nisar had a few more months to just try and build his clout levels up before the king arrived and just knocked him off his throne, really. And as always,
we'll see.
Let's go for a spa, mate. You know what I mean, Nisar?
Oh, a spa.
Let's have a spa.
How's the gym going, Nisar?
Very well, actually. A game changer. Training twice a day, eating well, and just enjoying it, really. I mean, it's really changed the game now in terms of the whole lockdown. Like, I'll happily be in lockdown till 2030, mate. Honestly.
Can we
throw in a cut of Nisar's, like a video of Nisar's gym, so everyone understands what we're talking about at this point in the video?
Yeah, it's on screen now.
It's a fantastic facility that you've built.
As you can see, look, there's a squat rack, there's a ring. You know what I mean? That'll do good.
Try and Junaid messaged me the other day, actually, because he put me on a fitness plan. Like,
did you quit? You didn't do it, did you?
Nah, so like, well, he didn't put me on one. I was kind of asking for it. Like, I came home for Christmas and like, I asked you, oh, I'm here for a few weeks. Let's do something for fitness. And then he put me in touch with his brother, JKhan Training.
Wait. You came back for Christmas?
Sorry, my cousin's. It's my cousin's birthday.
Yeah, your cousin's birthday, which happens to be on the 25th of December. So you guys can celebrate. How convenient, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your cousin's name? What called Jesus?
Hey.
What's your cousin's name? Jesus.
No, it's. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say his name on here. I haven't got his consent, and he's still.
I'm messing.
But yeah, we went home and then I was like, I want to do some fitness stuff. Because at that point I was really into cricket. I still am, but because there was some hope of sport starting up again in January. So I was like, might as well get into shape in case I want to play properly this year. And then Junaid gets in touch with me and so I tell him what I want. I just want to like refine my body, but like nothing too dramatic. And he sends me a spreadsheet and it's like, I was just expecting like a couple of exercises, like a text message, like do this twice a day or whatever. So he sends me a spreadsheet. It's got a meal plan, exercises for different days and all this. I have to fill it out. And it's good for accountability. So I would recommend Junaid as a personal trainer.
Shout out at JKhan Training on Instagram.
Yeah, link in description. But then I was like really busy with assignments and stuff as well in January, so I just couldn't keep up with it.
Oh, you're still in uni? Yeah, I remember the days when I was in uni.
that uni thing.
Do you remember that, Daanish? Long way ago now. That was,
I'm doing my second degree now, but it's
Nisar's just sitting jobless at home,
vibing.
Even though he actually has a job
and an internship. Jeez.
Slide that one in there, Niz. Slide that one in there.
Casual flex.
Nisar told me he was getting married the other day.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm married to the game.
Where's my invite?
Yeah.
To the game.
He's married to the game, unfortunately, but he is looking for a second wife. So sisters, please,
give it about 10 years and then we'll talk. I'm chasing a private jet first. You know what I mean?
How about a jet? Sorry, that.
How about a jet?
There.
Yeah, but yeah. Any interest, applicants, link is down in the description again. Vacancies are there. Or vacancies.
Young Ad said he can have 5, so.
He doesn't have a clue.
Do you get the reference, what?
What?
From Young Ads, he's how shall I explain it to a non...
I don't really understand. Yeah, that...
He's one of the finest musicians that the UK's produced.
Yeah, we'll try and get him on here one day, man.
That's probably there.
Yeah, I mean, that question I asked, what confuses you? Like, I don't really have a clue
I think I've got one.
That
just like how the people in power now, like, are there. Like, I don't care, I'm going to go out on a limb, yeah, but how is Boris Johnson in charge of the country? Like, how are so many of these MPs in the cabinet?
Have you seen his trim? Our Prime Minister cannot have a trim like that. I'm sorry, he can't run. Man looks like he's just come through a storm and like he's walked out of his office like with his hair all over the shop. Nah, can't run. I'm sorry, it can't run.
As Youngboy says, it make no sense. It make no sense.
I'm just gonna pretend I understand all these references because
Sorry, there's a lot of music references in this conversation.
I should probably get educated on all this.
Again, check my playlist out. The Nisar collection on Spotify.
The
Nisar 97 clan.
The Nisar collection is an outstanding playlist. I've got to be honest. Nisar's Spotify
31.
Nisar's Spotify account is one of the best additions I've made to my laptop. I can't lie.
Thank you.
Right then, do I follow you on Spotify? Yeah, I do.
I hope you do.
I know that.
Well, usually when anyone ever gives me the orcs, I just follow myself.
That's a good idea.
So you get their trust, you get their phone, you follow. You follow all the playlists.
I bet you have a follower ratio on Spotify as well.
No comment.
He does. Oh my. Do you even follow me?
What's your?
I'm gonna check now.
If he's asking what your name is on Spotify, he doesn't. I'm being honest.
No, I like his playlist with
this
like
guy.
like Dua
I have
Lipa.
11 followers. Oh no, you do follow me.
Let's have a look at the play.
Oh, actually, no. Your ratio is all like it's wrong. You're following 204. and
Yeah,
you have
because I follow
35
all my
followers.
slimes, like the rappers,
Saga, Baby,
all of
Gunna,
them.
YSL, Durkio, OTF. Let's just get all the shout-outs in there now, Nisar.
All of them.
Keed. Who else? Young Boy.
Dirk,
Who else? are we
Baby,
shouting out?
Gunna, Thug, Future,
Oh,
Travis,
that
Uzi,
Stormzy guy,
Trippy,
innit?
Juice, Pop Smoke. Oh, Peter those man as well. All of
Can't
them.
forget Drizzy Drake.
Oh, of
You know
course,
what I mean?
of
Throw a bit
course.
Drizzy Drake and the
Yo, that's up
RIP
there
Pop
for
Smoke.
the event of the live event as well.
Oh,
But,
facts.
but no,
Well,
also
the
we
one
wouldn't go in
in,
it because
Leicester.
we wouldn't go because it's in a haram establishment. So
Yeah, it was not like it was an after party. It's not like we had a Paxsock event. Then we went to a different motive, and then we landed at Drake.
and then we met Colo Torre at
Soulja Boy
Jummah.
said.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, shout out Colo
Man.
Torre
Shout out
though,
Colo
because
Torre.
and shout out Hassan for spotting Colo Torre and moving to read namaz next to him.
Taking a picture of him in such a dance.
Nisar, do you know who that is?
Hassan was,
Yeah, mate. He's going to his brother, mate.
Can I just drop one little story in here? So on that Jummah when we met Colo Torre, one of our friends, Hassan, he spotted Colo Torre, but he didn't want anyone else to spot Colo Torre. So he went to pray
Shook his
like,
hand.
next to him. Shook his But this is how the story got explained to us. So obviously we saw him outside, we took a picture, dropped a few bants like, yo, who's gonna win the league? City, Liverpool, blah blah blah. He was like, I can't say, I played for both of them, blah blah blah. And Hassan was like guarding him from people. Like he's like stop. Hassan was preventing him from getting mobbed. So if Colo Torre watches this, just know the reason you got out of that Jummah quickly was because of Hassan Nawaz. So yeah.
Again, another name I'd love to get on the podcast at one point. So
Colo Torre. Yeah.
We'll do the chant for him when he comes on.
Colo,
You know what I mean? Live rendition.
Colo.
Colo, Colo, Colo.
Every time
Colo.
I hear it, I just think of. Do you remember when Stevie G left and like they all went to Dubai?
Yeah,
And
and he
they were
was
just
leading
singing
it.
That's mad. I love that clip.
You have to
Vibes,
respect it. Have to respect it. Guys, I've got a question for you, right? So, say you're watching a movie, right? And like there's something that really obviously fake and really obviously wouldn't happen. Which one of those in a movie really, really gets on your nerves? I've got one, but I want to hear what you guys say first.
What, a Bollywood movie?
Any? The
I love how
thing I'm gonna
I
say.
love how your brain just went to Bollywood automatically.
Well, I don't really watch Bollywood, innit?
Nisar's low-key a Bollywood fan, I can't lie. But the thing that I'm going to say probably happens more in Bollywood movies than
I've got like
I'll say
yeah.
when the movie starts, mate. Because honestly, I think movies are a waste of time, man. I'll be honest, innit? Like 2 hours of when you want to be creative, you're just watching someone else's story that they made up. When you can make your own story in your head.
Could you
Like,
not
why
use
you
it
just
as
follow it?
inspiration?
If it's a wholesome film like McGregor's documentary, but that's
Oh
not really
my
a film,
God.
is it?
Yeah, like I thought wholesome film. I swear your favourite film's The Notebook, bruv. I don't know what you're on about.
I've never watched that.
You told me you watched it last night and you was eating snacks. What are you lying for?
We're like,
Yeah, there we go. Cap.
You actually did though. You actually said to me, your exact words were, "This is one of the most beautiful films I've ever watched. Just had 5 cream eggs." Those were your exact words.
Keep talking. Go on.
I'm just being
What the
honest.
fiction you got first?
Did you
Just
enjoy
being
it?
honest.
What the fiction?
This was a good movie.
The only Notebook I know of is that.
There we go.
You know, if you'd reached for that quickly, it would have been so effective. The fact that you were stumbling all over the shop to get your notebook. Come on, mate. Do better. I want to see you do it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my answer
Yeah.
is a bit basic. Actually, I have one basic one, and then I have one that's more in TV shows. So the basic one is like, it's like fight scenes, you know, when they're all... So there's the hero, he's in the middle, he's doing his thing, and then the bad guys, they're just lined up one by one. Like, why don't they just attack him all at once? Why don't they just all attack him at once? Why are they waiting?
It's like Nisar's boxing match in Leicester a few years ago. That was one of the most unrealistic things I've seen. But his opponent that he was playing with fed like a lamb to the slaughter.
I was like, is this really happening?
Respect to him for stepping in there, you know.
Yeah,
we'll do it again.
It was a tough one.
Wembley rematch.
Yeah. Who was it that snubbed him on his entrance? I can't remember. Daanish.
Snubbed him. I didn't see.
You weren't there, right?
I was in New York.
Yeah, what someone from?
Sorry, I was in New York.
He was doing the promo tour, wasn't it?
I was out on matchroom duty. I was apples and pears to everyone. I was giving it the sell. Now, on a serious note though, when I received the video, obviously I was in Times Square just chilling, you know, Dunkin' Donuts one hand, extra large, Mackey's drink in the other, you know what I mean? I was living, but when I received the video of the knockout, I was like, Bachara. I was like, this is not fair, man. Just seeing Nisar just bobbing, weaving, dropping shots to that body, and then his celebration after the, you know, the little...
that was smooth. Actually, if you have a clip of it, we'll put it up right now. So yeah, this is Nisar in the aftermath of his
Logan
knockout.
Paul, you're next.
Wait, who's Ben Askren fighting? Jake Paul, right?
He's Jake
Logan Paul. Oh,
he's fighting Jake.
Logan or Jake? Actually, on the same night, back to back. Let's go.
No, we were talking about Ben Askren.
Yeah, but I'm just calling them both out.
Oh. No, you know what I would like to see, honestly? You know what I would like to see at some point? I would like to see Nisar training with Jose Aldo for a title fight.
I'd be crying throughout the whole thing, man.
Well, that wouldn't be effective because you'd probably be crying like him after the McGregor loss, but you'd have to actually train with him. Sorry, there was no need for that. That was unprovoked.
What's the need, man?
Don't worry, don't worry. I was the same. Obviously, choked out by Habib, Poirier. But, you know, we'll save that for catchweight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And again, catchweight pod.
Another
Instagram
plug right
and Twitter, podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and whatever platform you prefer. Anyway, moving on.
Are you putting me on episode 14, by the way? Are you putting me on episode 14? Or
yeah, we'll do a preview show for that UFC card that's on Saturday, which we won't mention because obviously the podcast will expire if we do mention it.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll talk about it on catchweight.
That fight, innit, with two people that punch each other.
Yeah, Daanish, what was your stupid movie moment?
So, it happens a lot in like Asian films and dramas, but you know, like when there's a dramatic moment or something like really like surprising's happening, and they start doing the camera like
and then to show every single person's reaction.
Yeah.
Like, why is there thunder?
But like by the time that they've finished showing everyone's reaction, that moment's gone. Like it's not in your memory anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like someone will get shot and it'll be like, and then like 10 people will react to it, and by that time you're thinking, nah, he's dead already. Like, why are you showing me everyone's faces? Do you know what I mean? Just it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. So
dead out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I can't lie, like Indian dramas, they have some good cliffhangers. Like
mad cliffhangers.
I've sat there and like I must have watched 4 or 5 episodes in a row with my mum. Like they're good at what they do.
So you don't like Indian sports teams, but you like Indian dramas.
Pakistani dramas. Who said Indian?
He said Indian.
Oh yeah, I don't mind India, man.
He doesn't mind India though.
Well, what Pakistani dramas are out there?
There's plenty.
There's
plenty.
Hamsafar.
Mere Paas Tum Ho. Let me think off the top. That's the one that I can think of. There's that's the one my sister watches a lot. You know what it is? I'll ask my sister.
The director for that is Indian though.
How do you know? You don't even know what the show is. What does Mere Paas Tum Ho mean?
It means like my life is your life.
No, it just means I'm near you.
Oh, what a sick name for a show.
Yeah, it just means. In fact, no, it doesn't even mean I'm near you. It goes. It means you are near me. In fact.
Okay.
Can you just all right, just to test your
sounds
audio,
like an exciting show, mate.
it's a spontaneous Urdu quiz for you. So
Okay.
Nisar, when like someone in your family makes like rice with peas in it,
No.
what's it called?
Matar. Plow.
So, quick story time. When he first told us this at uni, this man said multiply.
No,
His
I
mum was
didn't.
like,
Because I said it fast.
Multiply.
I did it.
He's like, yeah. My aunt made multiply, and we're like, what's that? And he was like, rice, the peas in it. We're like, matar pulao, and he's like,
That's fire, though, isn't it?
yeah,
That is a fire
yeah,
dish.
banging dish.
Multiply. That's a good one.
Multiply. And so I was talking about Ed Sheeran albums.
I like my spice, though, mate. Like, but what flavour do you get at Nando's or car?
Well, first of all, Waka, before you answer this, ask him what he gets, and I'll tell you if he's lying.
Alright, yeah, what do you get?
Extreme.
Even I know that's cap.
No, hot, obviously. Sometimes very hot.
No, Waka, what do you get?
I get mild.
Wow, we might have a contender for lower than Nisar. That's insane. So I get hot because anything above that is too much for me, but hot's nice. Do you know what I mean? This brother here gets medium, but you know the little toothpick with the flavour on it that they put in your chicken. Because I get hot and he gets medium, for his Snapchat and for his social media, he'll take the stick out of my chicken.
Oh my god.
Put the medium in mine and put the hot in his before he takes his snap.
Being fully exposed.
You see what I mean when I say clout is killing my people? Prime example. Oh,
Yeah, but no.
Aesthetics,
When
mate.
I don't go Nando's that often, but like Pepe's, I get mild, but then I could have hot. Like I could easily like manage it, but
But you want to enjoy it, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's like I don't want to be dealing with that heat. I just want to have my food,
true.
and it
Right,
still
but
has the flavour. But even when I get mild, I do get chili sauce and garlic sauce. So
Yeah, facts.
And a quick message to Nando's staff. If you ever see me and Daanish in Nando's and we're getting a no-bones platter, please do not ask us to split it, yeah? Because we buy a no-bones platter each. Every time we went to Nando's and bought one, we were always like, oh, are you paying together or separately?
The first time was the worst.
Man?
The first time was the worst because they I put a no bones platter at the front. I ordered it and stuff, and she was like, "Okay, is it for you guys?" And I was like, "What do you mean, us guys? Nah, that's my order." And like even when they bring it to the table, they're at bare surprise, like, "Oh, it's all for you." I'm like, brother,
they're bare like putting it in the middle,
me?
man. Like, what?
So we just had an interruption. One of my kittens has woken up and she's here, but she's going back to sleep now, so it's fine. You just might have seen a tail and a body just walk through here. A bit unprofessional, sorry guys.
How's life as a cat dad anyway? Like, has it changed your life, your perspective?
I absolutely love it. Like I used to wake up for Fajr and be like I'm gonna be honest, I love getting up for Fajr, but it was like, oh, I've got to get up, like, do you know what I mean? But now I'm up a good 40 minutes before Fajr time. Feed my kids. Have a think about the day ahead of how I'm gonna plan for my children. Read Fajr, and I'm up bright and early, and I get to sleep quite early as well. So it's a nice mix. They're very nocturnal though. I can't lie. They get 1 a.m. onwards. These are active. You know what I mean? Reminds me of
Freedoms,
myself
mate.
in
They know the freedoms are on.
Reminds me of myself in second year. To be honest, that's okay. We'll not delve deep into that one. That just slipped out. Sorry,
I'd answer.
yeah, but I know what you mean about cats being nocturnal. Yeah, the amount of times I've been to Nisar's watching UFC or something, I leave at like 5 a.m. and Kitab's just out there sitting on the window.
Yeah, vibing, innit?
Nisar, what your cat's name's Kitab, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means in Urdu?
Book.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Novel book.
Alright.
I thought you named them after that NBA player, Devin Booker. I can't lie. I thought that's why she was called Kitab. It's just a Urdu play on words, but so.
Actually,
to be fair, she's a beautiful cat. I have to be honest. She's mashallah.
Alright, Kitab.
Thank you.
She's a vet. She's a veteran now as well.
Yeah,
she knows the streets.
She don't go to the vet. She is the vet. You know what I mean?
scratching man up and that.
But yeah, talking about vets and basketball and all this. LeBron James. He's had a bit of beef with Zlatan recently, which is something I didn't ever see happening, but it is.
Team LeBron.
Yeah,
facts. All day. Don't make me reach for the jerseyness. Don't make me.
Oh no,
reach
sorry,
for
Big Man here's got a Zlatan biography in it, so he might have a different.
With me.
Yeah.
I haven't got it right.
You wanna get? I dare you to
I
get your
don't-
Zlatan
I
book
don't
now.
have it with
I'll
me.
get my LeBron book, mate.
No,
I'll
back LeBron.
draw for the LeBron jersey, Nisar. You know what I mean? LA Lakers.
It's
I'll come
war.
like tie off AFTV. I'll put on the cap, the water bottle, the lot. You know what I mean?
Like, alright, Zlatan did have a point in terms of, you know, like specific policies that like don't affect everyone, you know. But like LeBron's just standing up for basic human rights, isn't it? Like, you know, Black Lives Matter and things like that. Like, I think when you're in a position, that is your responsibility.
And plus, like at the top level, no athlete is just gonna stick to their sport. They're always gonna have opportunities to do other stuff. So,
But then, not to get annexed by China.
Sorry, what I'm gonna say is very controversial here, but Zlatan has never been the best in the world in his field. He's never been the number one in the world at what he does. LeBron is the best basketball player on the planet. So,
and it's been like that for a while.
Yeah, facts. And your reach is different when you are hands down number one. If Ronaldo or Messi were talking about something happening politically, like I know Ronaldo's quite positive towards Palestine. Do you know what I mean?
Shout
but
out.
when, like, yeah, big up Ronaldo for that. But like, if Ronaldo or Messi were having that, you would never hear Zlatan saying like, "Oh, Ronaldo shouldn't be talking about so and so." So I just thought it was a bit disrespectful from Zlatan, to be honest.
I don't understand where it's come from as well.
Yeah,
he's
just
basically saying stay in your lane, which is something that the black community in the NBA, the black community in the NBA have been hearing for the longest. So, and LeBron's one of the biggest activists in the NBA. Like, he made his own school, he offers scholarships. Like, he's been big on it for a while. He's not just doing it now.
I've got love for LeBron for that, man.
Yeah,
like, that's one of the reasons I like him so much.
LeBron gets a lot of respect from me, and not only because like I'm a Lakers fan and I'm a Liverpool fan, and he's got big ties to both of them. But like, you have to respect LeBron James, man. Everything he's done, like most NBA players, you look at how many scandals have happened with them, like cheating on their wife or whatnot. Like, he's been with the same woman his whole life. He looks after his kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to respect it, man.
On and off the court, he's been flawless,
Impeccable.
except for what the China situation. But
yeah,
then again, you know, like he said he wasn't educated on the matter. Then he still hasn't spoken about it since. Was that just to protect his like shoe deals and stuff like that? There, I don't know.
The thing is, no one's perfect, innit? There's always going to be some aspect of like, there's always going to be something, or like there's always going to be something there that like you're going to be like, come on, you could do better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think as long as you're aiming to have a positive impact in the world, then...
Which he has, undoubtedly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like, just off the top of my head, it just reminds me of someone like Muhammad Ali. Like, he was the best in what he did as well.
LeBron is up there in that sort of stature now, I feel. Like, the way the kids look up to him, like his whole brand and what he's done, like the I Promise School and things like that.
Yeah, GOAT behaviour.
Yeah, a lot of respect.
It's a bit of an amateur move, right, in a podcast, but I'm just going to readjust. I've got my camera here.
Top-notch production quality.
See it all here on Talking Smack.
That's true. You know what it is? My kitten was sat on my lap and my legs gone to sleep, so I've just readjusted and I've woke her up. So, bad cat dad.
But yeah, so we mentioned Muhammad Ali and LeBron. Yeah, I just had a sort of closing question for you guys. We can call it the main event. But which sport do you guys think is the most difficult to become the GOAT in? Because we had the Super Bowl last month. Tom Brady is doing exceptional things at his age, and LeBron obviously top of his game. Yeah, it just made me think like.
Okay, with all due respect to Tom Brady, what he's done, the fact that he is not playing for the whole NFL game, the fact that there's a defensive team and then an offensive team, the fact that he has one role, although the biggest role in the pitch in terms of throwing the ball, he's not the one with catching the ball and stuff like that. Like, I think NFL will probably be lower down the list in terms of how hard it is to be greatest just because of that fact. I think it's going to have to be for me either football, basketball, or combat sport, because they require, possibly combat sport. The fact that you've got no teammates, the fact that you're on your own, it's all down to you. If you're better than that guy, you're better. If you're not, you're going to find out. Yeah. Football, you can sometimes rely on your teammates, but then again, you're playing a lot more games, so...
I've got counterpoints for both your arguments there. Like, first, the NFL thing, right? I know what you mean in terms of, like, what the players are doing, but if you look at it now, like, it's nigh on impossible for someone other than Tom Brady to become GOAT.
Yeah.
If you look at everything he's achieved, like, it's very, very difficult to topple that, unless, I don't know, maybe you're Patrick Mahomes and you got a decade ahead of you. But on that side of things, I think it's very tough for NFL. And then you said combat sports, it's difficult, but you could, like, it's not inconceivable that you could win a couple of fights against big names and then retire, say five fights, retire and be considered the GOAT. But then NFL, football, all these other sports, you have to be in it for about 20 years or something to be considered GOAT.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to throw two in there. What about basketball and tennis is another one?
Tennis is an interesting one because there's three in the hunt for it.
And it's just you as well. It's like you're the only person on the court.
And the reason I was throwing tennis and NBA is I'm pretty sure the tennis schedule is outrageous.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's incredible. And if you look at how many titles someone like Serena Williams has got, sorry, we've got an interruption on the part of being a cat dad. No, not on my laptop, love. Thank you. Just take her that way. But like in tennis, you've got like someone like Serena Williams who's got an outstanding resume when it comes to finals and winning. And then in basketball, for me, basketball players are super athletes. The speed that the game's played at.
82 games a season.
82 regular season, then throw in, let's say, average of 5 games per series. You're playing over 100 games in order to win the championship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And someone like LeBron, who's like, 36 now, I think? And he's in like his 19th year in the league. And to put up the numbers that he's putting up, like, for me, Jordan would be the GOAT. And it's a controversial take, I know, because we didn't live during his, or like we didn't watch his prime or watch his reign. But someone like LeBron, and like you can imagine, like going to the finals year after year in teams that have not been the best team in the league and winning, like the Cavs win in 2015.
Spectacular.
I've never seen anything like it. Honestly, like just that run to the final.
One of the greatest wins in like sports history, man. Definitely of our lifetime.
But look at how stacked his opposition was, and this is what where the MMA argument gets a bit like cloudy, because in my opinion, I'd say Kamaru Usman's one of the GOATs at welterweight. But then look at how many title defenses GSP had in order to be regarded as the GOAT. Do you know what I mean? Like the sport's changing.
Yeah, and it's a lot less consistent compared to NBA, where you've got a season, whoever wins is the best. You've got the MVP. You've got all these like measuring sticks almost.
Do you guys think, just to stay on topic, but do you think that it's hard to become the GOAT of something because of how much sports have changed over the years? And that's with any sport, really. Yeah. Because it's always, the argument will always be like, could so-and-so do it now? Or could this player do it then?
Because could Ronaldo, for example, have looked after his body as well as he has without, like, in like 20 years ago?
This is the thing.
Or like LeBron could, with all the medical technology and stuff there is there, like, it makes you wonder what the athletes will be like in 20 years' time.
Plus, like, now there's a lot more, like, spotlights on you more, if you're a pro athlete. Yeah. So you can't just play well and be considered the GOAT. You have to do things on and off the field.
That's why for me, Ali's still the GOAT because of what he did off the field as well. Like, he transcended his sport. Not only did he kill it in the sport, he transcended it and became a global icon. Like,
I was going to say
that's what a GOAT has to do now, I think.
I was going to say R.I.P. Ali, but R.I.P. Diego Maradona, who we lost
Yeah, rest in
this
peace.
year.
Another guy who
last
transcended
year.
it, to be fair. He transcended his
But the
sport
thing
as well.
is, if you look at someone like Maradona, technically he may be regarded as the GOAT, but the stuff that takes away from it was his off-the-field antics.
Yeah.
Or like someone like Tyson in boxing, like
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Mike Tyson. He's my favourite fighter of all time. Do you know what I mean? But like, I can understand why some people maybe look at it and think, Ali, look at the lives that they led. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it plays a big part into people's influence. Like,
It does.
But
yeah.
do you think it should though? Like, when you look at it from
it
an athletic
depends
perspective.
really. It depends on how you. I think there's two types of GOAT, because
Yeah.
boxing GOAT for me is Ali. But if we're talking the best boxer of all time, my controversial take is Floyd Mayweather, because the man's never lost and he's
Yeah.
fought every champion at every weight class. So if we're talking boxing greatest of all time in terms of fighting, probably say Floyd.
Perhaps, but
Fair
then
enough.
do you not think Floyd like cherry picked at some point in his career just to play devil's advocate? Like he
Yeah,
did
but-
get Canelo extremely early and things like that.
But
And I
that-
do think Pacquiao could have been earlier, but then at the same time, if Floyd was in his prime when he was fighting Canelo, it would have been an even easier fight for him. He
Plus-
fought Canelo when he was 36.
all this
So-
like cherry picking stuff happens
Yeah.
in other sports anyway. Like LeBron chose to go to Lakers. He knew they had the resources available to help him build a championship winning team.
Miami as well.
KD going to the Warriors.
Yeah, Ronaldo, even though it hasn't really like elevated his status or whatever, but he went to Juventus because he knew they had a good team. He wanted a fresh
But
challenge.
then at least Ronaldo's proved, like Messi hasn't necessarily proven that he can translate his skill to other leagues. Ronaldo has. So that's
So
another.
how would
This
you,
is the thing, like-
how would you feel if he picked Manchester City, who are like far and away the best squad in England? If he went there,
I'd cry. I'd cry
that
if Messi
dent
went to Man
his-
City.
Depends how he does like on the team. Like if he's their top scorer and stuff, then fair play. But then there's still neither of them, to be fair, have played in like extremely weak teams where they could really exhibit their own. But I think it's clear to everyone that they're both the most talented in the world. It's probably the most like across any sport. It's probably the most clear top two we've got.
Do you know what I find mad interesting? Messi and Ronaldo are coming towards the end of their careers, but I'd say their weakest teams that they've been in, probably the teams they're in now.
Yeah. And look who's doing better.
Because that's what I'm saying. Look who's doing better, and not only that, like I think playing devil's advocate again, you can kind of see their influence. Well, not with Ronaldo's case because he scored the biggest percentage of goals, but Messi, you can see that influence waning a little bit.
Yeah.
Like now that he hasn't got Suarez with him, he hasn't got those resources around him. And I love Messi. I still think Messi's the best footballer in the world. But like, it's telling. Like when he looks around him and he hasn't got that option there anymore. Like Barcelona at the moment, it's Messi and inshallah. They expect him to start the play and finish the play, but
Yeah.
you can't rely on one player to do all that, man. Or can you? Because Ronaldo, Juve rely on him and he's banging in goals. So it's always going to be, I think, the GOAT. In terms of sports, the hardest sport, if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with, I was going to go combat sports like boxing, MMA or basketball for me. Just purely based on the amount of, like with boxing and combat sports, because it's 1v1, it's all on you. And the basketball is just the volume of games that they play. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Nisar, what are you going for?
I'd probably go with combat sport, probably MMA actually. Not only because it's my favourite sport, but because of how many variables are in there. Like you've got to be so skilled across so many fields. There's always people evolving, and the sport's growing as well. You've got to grow with the sport. And look at how many people who are at the top just get knocked out on one random day. You can't make a single mistake. So I think that does define a GOAT, staying at the top without making mistakes for a long period of time.
Fair enough.
What about you, Waka?
I see your points, and I'd probably go for basketball or football, but I'm thinking now, tennis is on my list here. And the reason I'm saying that is because right now we've got 3 just supreme players, and like neither of them are like able to you know,
Pull
like
ahead.
get a clear, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like in my opinion, I think Djokovic is the youngest, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I can see him like when everything's said and done. I think he'll end up with the most Grand Slams. Then it'll probably be Nadal, then Federer. But even apart from all that, I can still see Federer being regarded as a GOAT by most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of like the era of dominance he had before, and
Do you think
the way
it's partially his personality as well? Because he's got a very
It must
likable.
be.
He's got a very likable.
as
But
we
like,
say,
not that
so
the
on
others
and off
aren't.
the court,
but
yeah, exactly. And yeah, personally, like I'm a Federer fan, so I'd probably agree with that.
Same. I'm with you on that one. I know
Nisar, who are you going for in that?
To be fair, I like all three of them, innit? I don't watch that much tennis.
Nisar said Tim Henman was his favourite player. Sorry, I'm done. No more lies.
No, respect to Tim Henman, man. Like,
it's got a hill named after
great
him,
figure
bro.
of British tennis for a long time. Yeah, Henman Hill, mate.
Henman Hill.
Icon.
Yes, mate.
Go film a music
And
video
Andy
there.
Murray, mate. And a lot of respect to Andy Murray as well for achieving what he did.
Yeah, big up Murray, man.
Mad.
Just smile a bit more, Andy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
that's his problem.
I just had a thought before we finish this conversation. Another sport which we haven't mentioned, in which GOAT status is achievable in the next few years, but it's not been easy. Formula One. Lewis Hamilton coming up to GOAT status, in my opinion. And I think even though it's not like played with a ball, the fitness levels required to be a Formula One driver, and the commitment and the lifestyle, like, it's just, you have to commend it. It's absolutely ridiculous.
How many did he win with McLaren? How many titles?
I'm going to just have a double check
because
now.
that's probably the counter, because obviously the big argument from everyone is like Mercedes, like they're the best team, they did the best cars. But like the fact that he's won it with McLaren, I think that's a big, like, that goes to show that he's actually like sick.
So he's won 7, and he's won 4 in a row since 2017.
Yeah, he's on crazy form, man.
So, like,
again, I think the UK don't love him enough. Like, I think he should be a much bigger star than he is.
So at McLaren he won 1, and then he won 6 at Mercedes. So he's got 7 now, which is just ridiculous. So he's got 4 titles in a row in the last 4 years. If he wins this year, that's a 5-peat. I think he's got to be up there in GOAT conversation, just in general, in terms of athletes, really. To win 5 championships, if he wins this year, that's insane. 5 in a row and 8 in total.
And again, look what he's doing as well, like outside of the racing track.
Yeah.
Like, I was surprised that like, a lot of people were gunning for him as well. Do you know, like, when he was, a lot of the activism stuff, they were trying to like, do you know what they did to Colin Kaepernick, the NFL player?
Yeah.
Like, they're probably trying to do that to him as well, take him down, but it's not worked.
I have to respect it, but I think there's so many sports, like there's sports that I don't watch. Like, I don't watch golf, I'll be honest, but I'm sure that there's plenty of golfers who are in that GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think.
Tiger Woods, that comeback.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of like different sports, really, that we wouldn't maybe be as. Yeah, well, I don't watch. I'll be honest. I've probably watched like 2-3 rugby matches in my life, but
here's one.
There's loads, man.
It's not really. I don't know if you can class it as a sport, but WWE. Let's just have a quick chat about this, right?
Okay.
So right now, I think most people would agree that if there is anyone who's active, well, he's not very active now, but if they were
careful,
if they were to go on and become GOAT, then it's probably Cena.
Okay,
but as a super fan
mate,
of The Rock,
21-0 at WrestleMania, mate, that's ridiculous. 21-0 at WrestleMania. He won at 21 straight WrestleManias. Like, that's different. That's different gravy.
Yeah,
but like, I think the loss took away a lot of Undertaker's aura, especially.
Was that his fault?
He just stuck around for too long. That's why I can't really.
Getting so emotional about this. I was just throwing the point out there, and Nisar's tone just switched on me.
Undertaker, man, absolute legend.
No, I love Taker. You know what I mean? I think.
The lights are going out
again. Gong, hit the gong, Nisar. But like, if in all seriousness, if we're talking GOAT as in wrestler, it's for me. It's between Undertaker and Cena, like in longevity and everything. If we're talking the GOAT wrestler in terms of how big they are, it's my boy Dwayne. You know what I mean?
I want to see him one more match, please.
But that's not because
I
of
want The Rock to have one more match badly.
But like, I think it's like wrestling. Like, if you're watching wrestling and you're enjoying it, that electricity. I know it's a bit, no pun intended, we're talking about The Rock, like the electricity and that. But like,
yo, can you smell that?
What's that? Is The Rock cooking something?
He must be, mate. He must be.
Yeah, smell it. But I think the electricity and the best moment I've seen in WWE in terms of the crowd going nuts was when he returned in 2011. All the lights went out, and no one was. I think it was just. I remember before school, I was sat up at 6 a.m. watching it, and when The Rock came out, I genuinely started screaming. And my mum came downstairs thinking something had happened to me. But it was genuinely that excitement of like, I was like, oh my God, like, The Rock's my favourite wrestler. He's back after 7 years. Like,
after smashing it in Hollywood as well. Like, he smashed it.
Absolutely smashed it. So I think in terms of like, the GOAT conversation can be measured by, there's so many metrics that you can measure a GOAT by. So, but I still think like, I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to go with Lewis Hamilton. Maybe a bit of recency bias because we've just talked about it. But I think when you've got so many icons like Cena, Schumacher, to overtake them is really difficult. Like, that's the thing with LeBron. Like, I don't think LeBron has overtaken Jordan yet. When he gets that 6th ring, then maybe people will start appreciating him more.
So, would you say that championships and titles are maybe the most important metric, even if there are several metrics?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I suppose so, because that is like, that's what a championship is for. It's like, you're the best.
See who's the best.
Unless it's like that BMF madness, but that's for something else. That's for another day. Like, I was thinking about that today when I was washing the dishes, mate. Like, what's that all about?
24/7 championship.
24/7 title, bro. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I feel like every sport,
money, you know.
I feel like every sport has that comedic aspect, like where you're like, how is this a title? Like, there's always something like UFC actually went
half
there with
the
BMF.
WBC ones.
Franchise, super champ, like, come on.
Junior into him.
Like Chris Eubank Jr. walking around nightclubs with his
IBO.
What?
Come on, please.
Like, come on, man.
Please,
come on.
mate.
Like, there's too many.
Probably worth like 30 quid.
I'll buy him one. I'll buy him another strap like that, bro. I mean, so, but yeah, it's just a bit of a madness, that is.
Oh, did I tell you guys about the Ric Flair John Cena thing?
No.
Yeah, so because obviously Cena's on 16 and the record 16, but apparently Cena doesn't want to break it.
He deserves to.
Out of respect.
He does. He does deserve to.
Yeah.
I'd love a Cena title run right now.
That would be mad.
You should walk out to the woo, mate. That'd just be like
the ultimate. Turn him heel. Make the woo his entrance music outrageous. Nisar, they need to get us in to book it. You know.
He started doing the thingy, didn't he? The 4-figure leg lock.
Has he?
Cena started doing it in his recent run.
Cena needs to come back, man. I want him to have one more run at the top, man, because that is like greatness. Him holding the belt, like the top dog in WWE, like for that sells tickets.
Who would you have him face in his final match? Because there's a lot of talk of
there's only
Orton. It's got to be Orton.
It's got to be Randy Orton.
I was gonna say, would you go for the next? Because I think personally,
or Roman.
No, I think Cena Orton is the one because of the rivalry that they've had over the years.
But Orton's not too far off as well, like in terms of that GOAT.
So yeah, like the thing I read, apparently so Cena doesn't want it, and Ric Flair was gonna choose, and apparently he wants Randy to do it. I don't know how true these are, but I think
both of them deserve it. Both of them deserve it, to be fair.
Facts. They both do. I think
Yeah.
Randy Orton's very underrated as a wrestler. Like,
Underrated, mate.
We've
to
had this
be top
conversation
level
before,
for
haven't we?
so long.
My guy's the same age as Steven Gerrard, and he's doing what he does in the ring. Like, wow.
Big up Stevie
Wow.
G though. Rangers
Love to see
undefeated. Just gonna throw that out there. Rangers might do an invincible season in the
Really?
Scottish Premier League. Yeah, they
Yeah, we
haven't
have
lost
three games.
in the league.
3 games left.
That's mad.
So I hope I don't put a nuzzle on it, because I did just read something. I haven't checked them. He got sent off in today's game from the stands.
Oh, Gerrard.
Yeah, I'll
passion.
definitely put a nuzzle on him now.
P-A-S-H-U-N.
Yeah, bit of PASHUN. Oh no, they won 1-0. So they're currently
2 games away now.
they're 2 games away, 27 wins, 4 draws. Wow.
And
That's
unbeaten
losses.
in Europe.
Yeah, haven't lost in Europa League either. So let's see, 2024, mate. When Jurgen leaves, get Gerrard in.
Steven Gerrard.
Stevie G.
Don't know how I feel about that though. Like,
Do you know what? I've seen so many different takes on this about he needs to prove himself and whatnot. If you watch Rangers play, like I watch Rangers play. Rangers play lovely football. Like the fullbacks, it's basically like the way that Liverpool play. Like the fullbacks push up.
Was that his
the
first
central
gig,
defensive
manager?
Yeah, and I think it's his second full year. I think this is his second full year,
second
and he's had
or
a
third.
transfer window. But
Can you imagine
he's
Gerrard?
changed
Like,
Rangers
he could be long-term manager at Liverpool for like 20 years, mate. Like that'd
Easily.
be a dream.
I just don't want Klopp to leave in 2024. Like I know he's extended till then, but I want to see Klopp stay till whenever he wants to finish. Like
Yeah, the longer the better. Than to Gerrard,
Yeah.
it gives Gerrard more time.
The thing for me is that I just don't want what happened to Lampard to happen to Gerrard. But Rangers is a big club in its own right, so it's not Derby. So I guess
would you say that the Liverpool fans' love for him is slightly more than what Chelsea fans had for Lampard, and maybe we wouldn't treat him as
They're a bit
not
different
badly,
as well.
but like I feel like as Liverpool, we're all Liverpool fans here. Do you know what I mean? And I think if Steven Gerrard came in, and let's say in the first 2 years we were trash, we wouldn't be calling for his head, like kick him out, because
That's true.
of the respect we have for Steven Gerrard. Like everyone, I saw so many rumours about Klopp recently, and I was just laughing at them. I was like, come on, like guys, you're gonna have to do better than that to like try and get us to turn against Klopp, man. Like
Yeah, plus
Klopp can do no wrong.
Chelsea's owner is not the same as our owners, so that probably played a big factor in Lampard's.
It's true. It's true.
sacking.
He actually spends money. FSG out. Sorry, I had to
Drop that
just
agenda.
get my-
out. Like, let
get my
everyone know.
agenda in
Let
there.
everyone know.
let's just get some Emirati or Qatari owners, right?
Let's get that.
And let's just compete with City. Do you know what I mean? Van Dijk gets injured. Go spend 60 million on another centre back. I don't want to be hearing this sell to buy nonsense. I'm sick of it. I just want to have, as when you've won the league and the Champions League, you've got a manager like Klopp. Just sign someone.
Fair enough.
Just like bring in Mbappe, bring in Haaland,
real,
bring in
for
someone.
real.
Do you know what I mean? We deserve it, man. All the guys, you know, the pain that we had to go through in school, right? Supporting Liverpool. Like, we should be used to the way we're playing right now, but we were spoilt for 3 years. And now it's like with the injuries, it's a reality check. But I think Klopp deserves full backing, man.
Yeah, but you know what? Like the fact that we've gone through this dip, it's kind of a good thing, because when we go back up again, we'll appreciate it even more. Because like, we did get used to it. We were spoiled, and this time, hopefully, we do get back on top of our perch. But yeah,
Inshallah.
we'll just learn to enjoy it more. Because I remember, like, even I was just like, oh yeah, another win, standard business. Like, I wasn't celebrating goals as much. I was just like, yeah, bring on the next game. And then we didn't even end up having a title parade.
No, it's true. It's true.
I think that's a hit as well. Like, just like how anticlimactic it all was.
Do you know
Do you
what?
think it will happen? Like, because now
No.
City are going to win it.
No,
I think
there'll be nothing like.
Shall I be honest? I think they'll do it, but I think we'll just get memed the life out of on social
Oh, obviously,
media.
yeah.
Like
That goes
celebrating
without
a
saying.
title from last year. like they got onto us. They got onto Liverpool fans for the
trophy
picture,
pictures.
you know, like,
Yeah.
with like the Premier League, the Champions League. Like, I personally, like, I'd be all for it, but I think we need to win it next year, and then
celebrate it double. Do a big
bring
one.
both the trophies on the bus. Do you know what I mean? It's cool. We could do that. 2022, we back. Mbappe 2022, Van Dijk.
Oh, here's another question. Do you think they should keep Van Dijk and Gomez on the sideline now until next year?
Yeah.
Except for like the Champions League semi-finals or something.
Unless we're...
even then, like...
Do you know, if these players can make a run to the Champions League final without them, I'd just let them play it.
Yeah.
Like, for me,
Van
this
Dijk and
season's
Gomez.
just like... It's just a free hit now for me, so I wouldn't want to risk the long-term futures of Van Dijk and Gomez.
Well, hopefully,
Yeah, definitely.
full stadium next year. Like, inshallah. Things will be different.
Do you know what it is? Let the streets forget. Let the streets forget, and we'll be back. We'll show them. We'll show them levels again. I do think Liverpool City title race with everyone fit is a very, very tasty title race. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Because Ruben Diaz
as well.
has made a Van Dijk. Or if they get Messi, then obviously we'll see who's got the best left foot in the league, won't we?
Then we need Kylian. If they get
Facts.
Messi, we need Kylian.
Do you know what though? Do we? If we have a full squad fit and they
You
get
know what?
Messi,
I think we can still take them on.
I still think we like, you know what I mean? Like, man are sleeping on Mo Salah. Don't sleep on Mo Salah. Like,
It's not Mo Salah that. So, since he joined, Firmino's been my favourite Liverpool player, but
he's fallen
now
off.
I just feel like he needs to reinvent himself. He's not a striker, and we need to change the way we play a bit now. So, for me, it is time to bring in a proper gunman.
nice.
striker. But then,
Just get it done.
do you not think the signing of Jota, who's been injured for a while, does kind
That's
of
true.
it does kind of cover the loss of Firmino? Because Jota in the games that he played was outrageous, man. He was absolutely outrageous, and like he was having, it wasn't the same level, but he was having a similar impact. You know, when Salah first came to Liverpool, and
He
was
I
like
agree.
dribbling past people, scoring loads of goals, and it was just unfortunate that he got injured. But I think it's just been that kind of season. Like, I don't want to sound like that salty Liverpool fan who's always talking about our injuries, and like everyone's had injuries. Leicester right now are in a very tough position. Like Maddison, Harvey Barnes, Fofana, like they've got so many injuries. So it's not just us.
Yeah,
But then
that's true.
it's about your depth, isn't it? Like City, their bench the other day was worth 500 million.
Exactly. So that's why I say, like, even if we do have Jota, we could use competition for places. So in
Yeah.
case a Mane or a Salah does get injured, not that they do get injured, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No, agreed.
bring in another. But yeah,
Kind of went on a tangent there then. Liverpool.
Sorry, guys.
But again,
yeah. I just had to get it off my chest because you know we've gone through a dip and haven't really been speaking about it on Twitter. So
yeah, it's all right, mate.
Yeah.
It's all
just
right.
wanted to use the platform.
I've been missing on football Twitter. I have not been talking about football on Twitter at all recently. Just getting drawn out all the time.
I hope you guys are still listening. If not,
And if you're not, then
then
you know it's your loss. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, it's
facts.
your loss.
Facts.
I'll say that with my chest. Like, you're missing out, not us. You're missing out. This conversation's been had. Like, there's nothing else we would have done with this time. You're losing out here. Okay, so if you stop listening, I feel sorry for you. I really do. And I hope you're okay. That's it. Next topic.
Nisar's comments do not reflect the views of Daanish and Wakar.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I've got
What's
passion,
the
mate. I've got that passion.
PASH.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you made it to the end, obviously.
Okay, one final question, actually. Yeah.
Go on.
What guys are you? What things are you guys most looking forward to, like in this podcast, like coming up in the next few months, or like what are you most excited to talk about and to do? Like interviewing young ads, interviewing Drake.
I think
things like that.
that's one thing, but I just think I'm just looking forward to see our progression as individuals and just see where we end up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's very easy to put a podcast out there and think like, yeah, I'm gonna be controversial. Yeah, we're gonna like get bare views and like. But I think for me, it's more about personal development and seeing where we end up. Do you know what I mean?
Like at the end of the day, like I don't really give a f about the views or like how it all does. Like it's about like your own journey, really. You know.
What would you say?
Yeah, I might have got a couple of retweets on Twitter and that, but at the end of the day, all I care about is like my own journey and you know how I'm trying to make the world a better place. So you know.
Waka, what was he saying 30 seconds ago? If you don't make it to this point, it's your loss. You know what I mean?
Your loss for personal development. We'll already have the view, innit? Like their view will be here regardless. Like that one view. You know what I mean? So
you already clicked on it. Oh, Nisar.
You clicked
Never
on it,
changed,
yeah. You take the L. You've already given us the view, mate. You can run away all you want, but
the thumbnail worked.
Oh man, but yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure, really.
Yeah, I know we probably
me in.
spoke about sport more than the average listener would have liked, but that's what a conversation is. It just goes in different directions.
Exactly.
And we will try and make it a universal show. That is the whole point of this rebrand. So give us time. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think
we'll keep working on it, guys.
Yeah. But as I say, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you are watching it on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. And yeah.
Remember, it's Talking Smakh. SMAKH. Remember that.
Talking Smakh.
Talking Smakh.
And obviously, if you want us to talk about anything in particular, then leave us a comment as well, and we'll notice that. So yeah, thanks guys for coming on today.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Guys. Cheers, guys. Big love.